Okay, the video cut out. If I had known it would get this bad, which I sort of did, I would have fled to Spain homelessly. I considered that at 18. That's what the bullying did, that when my mum didn't help me be a translator, I considered just accepting, just going homeless, just outside an airport, and just begging for spare change until somebody took pity on me and gave me a room to stay in, or offered me a job or something. I don't know. Again, an autistic person, like, I have no help to go to Spain. I was in Spain in 2015 with an uncle, and I told him, I said, look, my mum drinks a lot of alcohol, and look, any adult knows what that means. I knew what it meant. I said, look, my mum drinks a lot. She's bringing strange men home. Please, could I just stay here? My uncle had my grandmother's house that was completely empty. They chose to deny it to me and sell it instead. I could have bought it. They sold it for €35,000. They never offered me a chance to buy it. I got no chance to buy it. I was there begging for somewhere to stay. They could have just said, well, Jamie, why don't you have the house and get a job? And they knew what they were doing. And that's what the most hurtful thing is, I think, because they did laugh and say, oh, you're autist. Right, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And this is like laughing at a guy with Down syndrome. I don't see how it's any different to going, ha ha, look at the Down syndrome, ha ha, look, ha ha. You set someone up that your whole life, again, I was homeless, actual homelessness at 8. I remember my mum saying, James, I don't know where we're going to live. And I asked my mum, does that mean we're going to go on the streets, or am I going to go stay with Dad? And she said, oh, I don't know, we might go stay with Rosie. This is a woman in Belgium. One of the abusers. This is like, I haven't had a break. I've never been on holiday. I'm half Spanish. I've never been to Madrid. I've been to Madrid. Oh, sorry. No, I have. I have been to Madrid, but my family didn't take me anywhere, and I went out once around the city centre not knowing where I was going. No one came with me. It's just, I've never had a real life. I envy people. I've seen people I went to school with, and I've been too ashamed to I've just sort of given them a side eye, because it's shameful. My mum, and this needs to be said because a lot of my low self-esteem came from, my mum used to get drunk. She used to put her hand on her head and say, oh God, James, you're pathetic. God, you don't know anything. God, they've never taught you anything at school. And I used to say, yeah, but Mum, you're dumping me there. Can't you teach me something? She said, no, James, I'm too busy working. All right, so what was I supposed to make of that? I remember, like, my mum bought me a globe, I think, for my 18th birthday. An old globe, and it was a mockery gift. It was to say, look, James, I got you that so you'd know where places are. And my mum spent 5 calendar years telling me off that I didn't regularly look at it. My mum was severely damaged from drink, and I've had no help. I'm basically being bullied into complete submission or death. And I know this is something called targeted individuals. I know other people have committed suicide. I know of that. I've never seen this bullying this bad in real life, and I'm going to appeal this. It's just, for what it's worth, I have already contacted my embassy and my consulate. I've said in no uncertain terms that I do believe my life to be in danger. I do believe my safety to be in danger. Because there's no reason to have a house if you can't enjoy it. I never have done. Never really have done. It's just usually people have regrets that they didn't do enough sport. The only regret I have is that I didn't go to Spain for my safety. Because if I hadn't been beaten down with low self-esteem through my mom and her family insulting me, I think probably I'd have just gone off on my own. And I can't really regret the bullying my own family did to me, because it wasn't my fault, it wasn't a choice, but I don't really know what to do. I'm just a peaceful person. I sit here, look,